Ashwagandha. Will it boost your test or put your liver in duress? Ashwagandha has been used in Ayurvedic medicine, with it largely being practiced in the Indian subcontinent since antiquity. It has been traditionally used for cognitive benefits, general vitality, and treating respiratory illnesses. Ashwagandha was introduced into the USA in the early 2000s with no notable previous uses. To the modern day, where Coca-Cola has put ashwagandha in several of its different drinks. In times of decreasing testosterone and increasing stress, ashwagandha's benefits seem to be more tempting than ever. But on the other hand, why has Denmark outright banned this herb? In this video expose, we will find out. Ashwagandha is an herb which grows throughout Eurasia and Africa. The root of the plant is what is used, and there are a large number of different compounds, so it's challenging to isolate what each individual compound really does. The primary beneficial compounds are withalenoids and alkaloids. Due to the large number of compounds, there are a number of different benefits. The benefits that I will be covering in this video are stress management, muscle gain, and treating insomnia. All things that the average gym goer is somewhat concerned about. Stress is a state in which the body enters a fight or flight mode. One of the key compounds involved in this is cortisol. If you are frequently in this stress mode, it can impact your recovery and general health, leading to diminished gains in the gym and lower overall physical performance. In one study published by the Indian Journal of Psychological Medicine, with 64 total participants, it was found that after 60 days, there was an average 27% decline in serum cortisol when participants were dosed with 300 milligrams of ashwagandha daily. No adverse side effects were recorded. In another study, published in the Curis Journal of Medical Science, there were two groups, one that was treated with 250 milligrams and the other with 600 milligrams of ashwagandha daily. With the group taking the 250 milligrams of ashwagandha, there was a 20% decline in serum cortisol levels, while the group with the 600 milligram dose had a 48% decrease in cortisol. Referencing the same study from earlier, the subjects were given a 1 to 7 scale to rate their sleep, 1 being excellent and 7 being extremely poor. The 250 milligram dose resulted in a 2-point improvement on average, and the 600 milligram dose resulted in a 3-point improvement on average. According to the National Institute of Health's meta-analysis on ashwagandha, adults between the ages of 18 and 65 with a dose of 250 milligrams to 600 milligrams, there was a significant but moderate improvement in sleep duration, sleep quality, and a reduction in time to fall asleep. The results were more pronounced for those who suffered from insomnia. In a paper published in the Journal of International Society of Sports Nutrition, there were 3 main benefits in terms of weightlifting for ashwagandha. These were testosterone, strength, and improved muscle growth. The experiment lasted 8 weeks, and the subjects in the group were given a daily total of 300 milligrams of ashwagandha. They were also all untrained males, and there were a total of 57 subjects. The average increase in testosterone was 96 nanograms per deciliter. That means, given that the men in the study had average levels of testosterone, there was a mean 20% increase in their overall testosterone. For strength, the placebo group saw a 26.4 kilogram improvement in their 1 rep max for bench press, while the experimental group saw a 46 kilogram improvement. Lastly, the size increase for arms during this experiment was 44% greater for the group that took ashwagandha than the placebo. A little bit of caution just after the fact that I give you on this is these guys were untrained, so I don't think you could expect the same sort of results if you've been going to the gym for 2 or 3 or 4 years and you just started ashwagandha. You're not going to see a 44% improvement in your muscle growth in 8 weeks. But you'll probably see some improvement, a noticeable improvement. My conclusion is that there are some real benefits from taking ashwagandha, and it should be safe if you were taking 300 milligrams daily for 8 weeks. The paper that led to the decision in Denmark to ban ashwagandha covered a few cases where individuals took excessively high doses. This in turn led to liver damage, miscarriage, and hormonal issues. It wasn't actually a primary source. They didn't conduct any original research, but it was a summary of case studies with just a few people. Personally, I don't think that the case studies mentioned in this paper really warrant an outright ban. In fact, the best study I found showed that there were no negative health effects for 80 different men and women who took 300 milligrams daily for 8 weeks. There were no downsides there were no negative changes in the biomarkers for liver health or their endocrine systems. Anyways, ashwagandha would be most useful for people who are having sleep issues and or insomnia and or are physically active. Some people talk about cycling on and off. You could, but I really don't think it's necessary if you're taking just 300 milligrams daily. But, it's something you could experiment with, trying the higher doses. But there just isn't as much research to back that up being safe. Like and subscribe.